Tony Ferguson is one of the hottest lightweight fighters in the whole of MMA. With a 25-3 record, he is perhaps one of the best to step into the octagon in recent years. He is also tied with Khabib with 12 consecutive wins in the lightweight division. Coincidentally, he is set to face Khabib at UFC 249 in April for the UFC Lightweight Championship. Is Tony set to become the one in Khabib's currently unblemished record of 28 wins? We'll find out on April 18th, but while we wait, let's check out his top 5 knockouts that have brought him to the dance at the upcoming UFC 249 event. Welcome to the Champions Hub. Be sure to like and subscribe because we're a brand new channel and it really helps out a lot. But for now, let's check out Tony Ferguson's top 5 knockouts. Now, kicking things off at number 5 is actually his last fight from UFC 238 against Donald Cerrone. Getting the knockout in the second round by doctor stoppage, this fight also got fight of the night. While the cowboy was looking fresh with seemingly a revitalised spirit, standing opposite him was Tony Ferguson. Tony is one of the most unorthodox fighters in all of MMA and is very unpredictable when in the octagon. Tony has defeated some of the greatest fighters in his weight division and was looking to add Donald to that list. The first round was incredibly action-packed with many strikes from both fighters. Donald is a fighter who likes to start off his fight slow and builds up the pace and action as the rounds go on. Tony knew this and used this to his advantage by going for high action strikes very early on, while Donald wasn't fighting at his quickest or most intense. This was a fight of punches and kicks with very few takedown attempts being performed. It was all about the strikes. While the cowboy did provide some good offense, Tony utilised his unorthodox style to his advantage, keeping the pressure on the cowboy while doing consistent damage. The ending of the fight was a little strange. Just as the bell rang, Tony landed a vicious punch to the cowboy, and as round 3 was set to get underway, the cowboy blew his nose, which caused his right eye to swell and shut due to an orbital fracture, making him half blind. To protect him, doctors called for the match to be stopped, giving Tony a TKO win over the cowboy. Now at number 4, we have his fight before the last one, where he took on Anthony Pettis at UFC 229. This fight also ended in the second round by corner stoppage and also got named Fight of the Night. Tony and Anthony match up very well in stats. They are both similar height and weight, although Tony does have a longer reach. This fight was fairly brutal, with both men delivering vicious strikes to each other and utilising the cage well. Both men seemed fairly evenly matched, but at the start of the second round, Anthony took Tony down, but the crowd and announcers thought that Anthony had him, but Tony rolled out of the way and got back to his feet as quickly as he could, despite Anthony being completely on top of him. A quick thinking Tony grabbed a submission hold to buy himself some time. By this point, he was bleeding pretty heavily. Now, Tony must have saw red because of the blood, because the rest of the round was spent with Anthony having his back against the cage, with Tony unleashing blow after blow, which resulted in a corner stoppage before the third round began. Had Tony not been so quick thinking though, this definitely might not have gone his way, but his sheer determination to win made sure that it did. Now coming at number 3, we have a fight from UFC 135 all the way back in 2011 when he faced Aaron Riley. To call this a fairly one-sided affair would definitely be an understatement. From the off, Tony dominated Aaron, connecting with an uppercut early on which broke his jaw. It was seemingly all over for Aaron here, with blood pouring down from his mouth. No matter what he did, Tony had an answer for him. The fight ended after the first round by corner stoppage. Tony's return to the lightweight division was definitely a successful one. Now coming at number 2, we have another 2011 fight, this time against Xenagem at the Ultimate Fighter Team Lesnar vs Team Dos Santos finale. This match ended with a beautiful knockout punch which saw Tony win the Ultimate Fighter 13 welterweight tournament, as well as being named the knockout of the night. Now both men share very similar stats in weight, height and reach. This was set to be an interesting fight. Early on, both men traded grapples and strikes, and it seemed it was a very even match with neither men really getting a huge advantage over the other. Around halfway through the first round though, it seemed Ramsey might be starting to get the edge, with lots of aggressive strikes connecting, but Tony's unorthodox style proved to be the difference maker once again when a sudden punch to the jaw connected, and that was all she wrote. Tony Ferguson walks away the winner of the welterweight tournament. And finally at number 1, we have his knockout punch against Katsunori Kikuno. Now this one took place at UFC 173 and the fight lasted 4 minutes and 6 seconds in the first round. At UFC 173, Tony faced the Japanese Katsunori Kikuno. Now this fight was set to give Tony his second win in what would end up becoming a record-setting win streak in the lightweight division. From the off, it seems Tony's huge reach advantage proved to be the difference maker, able to connect with strikes while being able to deflect many blows that Katsunori was delivering. Tony continued to dominate, getting Katsunori in an armbar, and he continued to wear his opponent down before connecting with a swift right hook to the jaw, and it was game over. The win streak was still intact and it is yet to be broken. Now that is our list. If we miss any out, let us know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video or do you want to see more stuff like this on the channel, be sure to give this video a like and also subscribe with those notifications turned on. We're a brand new channel, so every like and every subscriber really does help us grow. We hope you have an amazing day and we'll see you guys in the next one.